You know, I was just looking at a couple of things here and there about a scandal that's going on. I just heard about it last night. I met to report it last night. I talked about the Nancy Pelosi thing, which still irritates the hell out of me. I'm surprised no one on YouTube that I know of actually was on that. I mean, of all the major, maybe they're waiting to add more content to it, but I had to get it out of my system. That was just not only partial opinion, but I also try to give you part of the actual article that came out, you know, to validate its validity on it, because Nancy Pelosi was tripping. But let me get to this other story about the big college scandal involving two well-known actresses. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. I recently heard about this big college scandal involving two well-known actresses. From my understanding, this college scandal had a number of, I think, some 33 families that were paying out from anywhere from $50,000 to maybe $90,000 per student to get them into a very prestigious college. And while they were trying to get them into the prestigious colleges, they were fudging the numbers on their SAT scores and test results. Two of the known actresses were Lori Loughlin from Full House. Well, it used to be one of my favorite shows. I can't believe that. I can't believe I'm saying that. And the other one was Felicity Huffman. I've seen her in a couple of things. I don't remember exactly what she was in, but she's been in a number of big films. Anyway, I watched a video with Lori's daughter that they showed on the news. I don't remember if it was Access Hollywood, one of the newscasts. And the kid, really, at the time, she was like, I really don't want to go to college. She didn't really care about being a student. She wanted to be a socialite in college. That's basically what she was saying. I just wanted to go ahead and go to the parties and shop and all of that and hang out with the cool people. That's pretty much all I want to do. Yeah. Nothing about education at all. And you could tell she was a spoiled brat because the fact that she's the daughter of a famous actress. She wants to just, be a socialite. Not realizing, I guess, in her case, her mom probably worked hard to get where she was, but then she wanted to make it easier for her daughter. That's another whole story. But and I'm like, and they're trying to go in as student athletes. Falsifying records. Well, you got African American children all over the country and all over the world trying to get into schools and having to work twice as hard for less. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, that's complete bullshit. And these students who were getting away with this mess here, in this case, and their parents, they need to go to jail for this shit. They really should. They ought to be talking about it. Because white people do dirt too, just like black people do. But the difference is white people always seem to get away. They always seem to get away. And that's 9 out of 10 times. Many of African Americans who do a lot less seem to face more jail time than anybody. Just because of the color of our skin. That's bullshit. Now, granted, I'm not going to give R. Kelly a pass at all, but let's be real. The brother is being completely vilified in the media. Not by just white people, but by black people. Black people doing the same thing to them. Let's be real. But I don't hardly hear too many black people talk about Harvey Weinstein or Les Moonves or Robert Kraft. And they're doing all kind of shit. Harvey Weinstein had record stuff going back 30 some odd years. Robert Kraft was fucking harboring women in from doing trafficking of, or you might as well say slavery and human trafficking of women from overseas. He was fully involved with it. From what I heard, from stories I've heard, he was involved with it. And what's his name? Les Moonves was out harassing people, doing all kinds of stuff for himself. She don't call that out. Let's be fair about justice. If justice is supposed to be so fair and balanced, let's be making just that and stop talking about what it is and pretending like it is when it's really not. Just like this college scandal. We're going to see how long they talk about the college scandal. They probably ain't going to be talking about it for long because people won't buy them judges right out and you won't hear nothing else from them, just like they do everything else involving white people doing all kind of criminal shit. It's just around for about a day and then you won't hear nothing else. Always the same setup, the same bullshit every fucking time. No different from any other time you hear about this shit. No different. That's the bad part about it. But it amazes me how when it comes to white people, a scandal, somehow or another, they seem to be able to just automatically brush it off their shoulders while we have to go to trial. I'm not saying that people should go unpunished, but why is it only black people are the only people that doesn't go unpunished and everybody else do? That's not right, man. Y'all know it's not fucking right. And yeah, this is for all to hear, baby. I'm gonna keep talking about it. Just because I renamed the channel don't mean it ain't gonna be for all to hear. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to start back working on doing some videos on that channel again. I just haven't set up anything yet. For my matter of fact, I need to see if I can set up a link for that channel, just like I did for this one, which I have yet to do. But I will be soon, at some point, because I'm hoping to actually do my podcast to go to both channels. That would be great. I haven't figured that out yet, but I will be. But I tell you, it's always something, boy. Always something. And the dirt, it just, it's funny, like when white people do dirt, they seem to walk away. When black people do dirt, we all knee deep in the shit. In other words, we get put up on Front Street when it comes to us because they want you to be able to be put up front because they are creating, or they have a narrative, and they've always had a narrative where they can do no wrong. No matter how wrong they are, no matter how wrong they get caught, no matter how much of the wrong they're in, they can never do any wrong. And even when they're exposed, what's the first thing they do? Deny everything. Yeah, they deny everything that they do that's wrong. Oh, you didn't say anything. You didn't see this. That's the kind of shit that people like Trump do. And Nancy Pelosi, or pull out backpedal Pelosi, does too. Well, we aren't concerned about impeachment right now. We're not gonna pursue it. I still don't get that one. Yeah, I'm still talking about it. It's ridiculous. What was the point of you trying to seize control of the House if you're not going to do anything? Because the House is going to do the same thing as Democrats as they did as Republicans. Let their base get away with it. You know, because they're all on the same team. Just like many people on YouTube have talked about over the years. They're all on the same team. It's no different. They're the same team with the same players. That's what it's all about. That's what it's always been about. You know? And like I said before, I'm going to keep talking about this, man, because for too long, white people been getting away with so much shit, and we just sit there and don't even attempt to clamp back. But now this year, I've been noticing, about in 2019, we've been clamping back on a lot of shit. You know, we clamp back on our quote-unquote own party because they're fronting. And it's obvious that they're fronting. It's obvious that the white stream media, the lamestream media, that's fronting on a lot of stuff on us anyway. You know, they never, when it comes to, I guarantee you, they won't be talking about this college story in another week. You won't hear nothing else about it. But I guarantee you hear about somebody else black that's famous, or maybe not so famous, that white people will like to fuck with. Especially the lamestream media. The lamestream media have amped up the game when it comes to talking about us. If you hadn't already noticed. Yeah. They protect white privilege. They protect white supremacy. That's a fact. Because the lamestream media is run predominantly by white people anyway. And they're going to protect their own. You know? Because unfortunately, we don't own any real media source. We don't. We don't own any real media source. Zero. You know? That's the bad part about it. BET in 2019 should have been black owned. TV One should be black owned, and it's not. It's black run, but it's not black owned. Just like BET. BET is black, supposedly black run. Man, I'm starting to not even think that it is anymore. Hell, Ebony Magazine is no longer a black run anymore, and that's been a black publication for decades. You know, my wife and I used to subscribe to them. We don't even subscribe to them anymore. You know, I don't even know if he exists at this point, but it's just a lot of bullshit, man. This whole year started out, like I said again, started out with bullshit, and it just started out right at the gate. Fucked up. This whole year. So it's crazy, man. But as far as this college scandal, yeah, I hope they talk about it, and I hope them people on there get fried for it, because they were wrong. You know, you deprive a lot of well-deserved students the chance to get the opportunities that these white people are just buying their way into, versus kids who actually had the scores and earned the scores to get in there. That's complete bullshit. I'm sorry. It's complete bullshit. It's not right. It's not right at all. I'm gonna tell our families, man, keep fighting for your kids, man. Keep fighting for your right for your kids to be able to be seen, be heard, and be well educated, because they deserve it. They deserve the right to be, and they have the right to be. It's not just a privilege; it's a right. You have a right to a good education. I heard a woman on Fox News actually say that it's a privilege to get a good education. I'm like, bitch, please. No, you know, it ain't no privilege, motherfucker. You have the right to a good education. Every citizen in this country has a right to a good education. I will never say anything other than that. Every citizen. I don't care who you are. And here you gonna tell somebody it's a privilege to be able to, you tell me it's it's just good to be dumb. But if you're privileged to have education is a privilege, you're blessed. No, you're supposed to have a right to education anyway, regardless. You know, why would you want people to be dumb in your country? You want people to be smart. No, when it comes to us, they want us to be dumb. But if you have, if you're granted access to good education, it's a privilege for you to have it. No, it's a privilege for you to have a driver's license. Okay? But it's a right for you to have a good education. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's a bunch of bullshit. And as a taxpayer, I'm gonna say it. You have a right to a good education. You know, what the hell would we pay taxes for otherwise if you didn't? That's stupid to say otherwise, or you're being racist, or both. You know, but you also, as far as I'm concerned, if you have means, don't have the right to buy your way into a good education. Your kids should be able to face the music and take the test scores legally and legitimately like everybody else without having to buy your way in. And if you're buying your way in, yeah, you should be punished for that. Let the punishment fit the crime. This is DJ Wolf. I'm out.